Good morning, students. Welcome back in the e-learning program of Google Education Society for the year 2020-21. Myself, Mrs. Karuna Devi from JDC Bitco English Medium High School. I am here for the 8th standard mathematics of State Board for English Medium students. Students, in our last lecture, we have already finished practice set number 8.1, where we have drawn the different type of quadrilaters. After that, we have learned the different types of quadrilaters along with its properties. But now, here is time to go ahead and to complete the practice set number 8.2 and 8.3. So let's go ahead. So students, let's start the practice set number 8.2, which is given on page number 46 and 47. Let's see the first question. Draw a rectangle ABCD such that the length of AB is 6 centimeter. Suppose this is the rectangle A, B, C, D. AB is 6.0 centimeter. It means 6 centimeter only, and BC is 4.5 centimeter. As we know that the property, that is the opposite angle sides of the rectangles are having same measurement. So this one is also 4.5 and this one is also 6.0 centimeter, and all the angles are 90 degree. So let's start to draw it. So this is the base of the figure. AB, which is of 6.0 centimeter. Now as we know that angle A and B are right angle, so let's draw them. So like that way, here we got the angle A and angle B, which is of 90 degree. Now as we know that AD is also 4.5 and BC is also 4.5, so let's take the distance of 4.5. 4 plus 5, so this one is 455. Take it properly into the compass. Now put the metal point over the point B and A and draw the arc. As both are having same measurement, so I continue the same distance to both the side. Now here we got the point D and point C. Let's join them. So they are also 90 degree. If you will cross check it by placing the protector over it, then also you will get it. Yes, both are 90 degree. So measurement of this is 4.5 centimeter. This one is 6 centimeter. Like that way we got the rectangle ABCD. If you want, you can take the screenshot and write it in your notebook. Let's see the second question. To draw the square of WXYZ with the side 5.2. This is our rough figure. This is the square WXYZ. All the sides of the squares are congruent. Therefore, each one side's measurement is 5.2. And as we know the another property of square, that is each angle is the right angle. It means they are 90 degree. So on the basis of this information, we can able to draw. Let's see. Let's take the distance 5.2. 1, 2. Level it. X, Y, measurement 5.2 centimeter. Now draw this 90 degree angle at both the point. Place it very properly. Similarly on another side. Now put the arrow. Don't forget to place the arrow symbol of 90°. Now we want the point Y and Z. So all are having same measurement. That's why we will take the distance of 5.2 in our compass. Place the metal point of the rounder over the point Y. Put one arc. Same way. Now like this way we will get the point W and Z. Join them. So these are also 90° angles. So put the symbol. Each one side measurement is 5.2 centimeter. So write it properly. Like that way we will get the answer of second question, that is this is the square of square WXYZ, which side is 5.2. If you want, take the screenshot. Now students, let's see the third question. Draw a rhombus KLMN such that its side is 4 cm and one of the angle K is 75°. Let's see the rough figure. As all the sides of the rhombus are also having same measurement, that's why this one is 4 cm, this one is also 4, and angle K is 75. So on the basis of that we can easily able to draw the rhombus. Let's see. Here this is the base point K and L, which is of 4 cm. Now we can draw the angle K of 75. Zero, 10, 20, 70, and this one is 5, 75. Join the point. Put the arrow symbol of 75. Now as we know that all the sides are having same measurement, it means 4 cm. So take the distance of 4 cm through the base, it means KL, side KL only. Now this is a 4 cm. Put the metal point over the point K. Draw the one arc. Here we got the point N, 4 cm. Now take the distance of 4 cm only and put the metal point over the point L and draw the one arc. Keep the same measurement. Put the metal point over the point N and draw the arc over the previous one. Here we got the point M, this intersection point. Join the point M to the L and N also. All are having same measurement. Like that way we can get the rhombus KLMN. If you want, you can take the screenshot and write it in your notebook. Now students, let's see the fourth question. If diagonals of rectangle is 26 cm and one side is 24 cm, find the other sides. If you will read the question properly, then you can remember that here this is the question where we have to use again the Pythagoras theorem, which we have studied earlier also. So let's start it. See students, this is a rough diagram for the question. This is the one of that rectangle ABCD, which is having the diagonal that is 26 cm, and one of the side of the rectangle which is of 24 cm. So on the basis of that, here this is the one of the right angle where we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem. Let's see here now. According to the Pythagoras theorem, as we know the measurement of this side and this diagonal, or which is also called as a hypotenuse here, because hypotenuse it means the side which is just opposite to the right angle. So here angle B is a right angle which is having the opposite side, that is AC, which is called as a hypotenuse. So Pythagoras theorem is what? Hypotenuse square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So on the basis of that, length of AC square is equal to length of AB plus length of BC. Now here we don't know the AB, so that we are going to write as it is. So 26 squares plus AB square plus 24 square. Write the measurement or the answers. The square of 26 is 676. AB will be as it is. Square of 24 is 576. So write it. Now here 576 is having plus symbol. While going to the opposite side, it will be minus. So AB is equal to 676 minus 576. The answer will be 100. So the square of AB is equal to 100. Now here we have to make the square root at both the side. So the square root of AB square, it means AB only, and here we have to put the 100 into the square root symbol. So square root of 100, it means the 10 centimeter only. So like this way, the measurement of AB is 10 centimeter. So actual answer is the length of other side of the rectangle is 10 centimeter. So if you want, you can take out the screenshot and write it in your notebook very properly. Now students, let's see the next part of the practice set number 8.2, which is given on the page number 47. Fifth question. The length of the diagonal of rhombus ABCD are 16 cm and 12 cm. Find the side and the perimeter of the rhombus. Let's see it. Now students, here this is the rough diagram for our question, where this is the ABCD is one of the rhombus who's having the measurement of the diagonal, that is this AC is 16 centimeter and BD is 12 centimeter. Now students, let's see that as we know the property of the rhombus, that is the diagonals of the rhombus are perpendicular bisector. So as a result of that, the AM is equal to half of AC. If AC is 16 centimeter, then this AM will be 8 centimeter. Similarly, the BD is 12 centimeter. So BM is just half of that, it means 6 centimeter. So this one is also 6, this one is also 6, this one is 8 and this one is also 8. So on the basis of this information, we are going to write the next point. Let's see how to write that. The length of AM is equal to 1 upon 2 into 16 centimeter, which is the measurement of AC. Then length of AM is equal to 2 ones are 2, 2 8s are 16. So AM is equal to 8 centimeter. Now here same way, the length of BM is equal to 1 upon 2, 12 centimeter, because BD diagonals length is 12 centimeter. So 2 ones are 2, 2 6 are 12. So BM is also 6 centimeter. Now here suppose this is one of the triangle which is having the measurement of these two sides. As we know that the property of rhombus, that is diagonals of the rhombus are perpendicular to each other. So as a result of that, this is the angle which is of 90 degree. It means right angle. As a result of that, this is the one of the triangle where we can use the Pythagoras theorem. Let's see how to write it. The diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular to each other. Measurement angle AMB is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, in this right angle AMB, in this triangle, we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem, where this is the 90 degree, it means opposite of that. This AB will be called as a hypotenuse. So what is the Pythagoras theorem? AB square is equal to BM square plus AM square. Let's write it. Okay, now let's put the values inside that. As we know the hypotenuse, it means AB. So AB square will be as it is, plus 8 square plus 6 square. The square of 8 will be 64 and square of 6 will be 36. 64 plus 36, the answer will be 100. Now AB square is equal to 100. Put the square root at the both the side. So AB square's square root is AB only, and this 100 will be in the symbol of square root. Therefore, AB is equal to 10 centimeter. So students, here now we got the measurement of AB, which is 10 centimeter. As all the sides are having same measurement, so on the basis of that we can easily able to find out the perimeter of the rhombus. Let's see it. So perimeter of rhombus ABCD is equal to 4 into length AB. It means one of the side of the rhombus. So what is the formula of perimeter of rhombus? That is 4 into side. It means 4 into AB. As we know the AB is 10 centimeter. So 4 into 10, it means 40 centimeter. Therefore, what is the answer which we have to write in words? The side of the rhombus is 10 centimeter and the perimeter of rhombus is 40 centimeter. So students, this is a complete answer. If you want, you can take out the screenshot and write it in your notebook properly. Now students, let's see the sixth question, which is very easy, where we have to find out the diagonal of the square which is having the side of 8 centimeter. It's very easy one. If one of the side is 8 centimeter, it means the other 4 sides of the square is also 8 centimeter, and we have to find out this diagonal. If this one is 90 degree, then this one is hypotenuse. So on the basis of this Pythagoras theorem, we can easily find out the diagonal's length and solve the question number 6. Now let's move towards the question number 7, which is also easier one. The measurement of one angle of rhombus is 50 degree. Find the measurement of remaining 3 angles. Now students, let's see the rough diagram for this 7th question. Suppose this is one of the rhombus where one of the angle, it means suppose angle B is having 50 degree measurement. So here we have to find out the measurement of other 3 angles. As we know that the opposite angles of the rhombus are congruent. So this one D is also 50. Now what about these 2 angles? That also we can find out. Suppose AD is parallel to the BC. These 2 lines are parallel. Then AB will be the transversal, as we have studied in the previous chapter. So if this one is transversal and these 2 lines are parallel, it means that angle ABC and angle BAD, these 2 angles are the interior angles. Yes, and as we know that the addition or the total of the interior angle is 180 degree. So if this one is 50 degree, then what about the A? Yes, 180 minus 50 degree. So the answer will be 130 degree. So if this A is 130 degree, then C will be also 130 degree, because the opposite angles of the rhombus are congruent. So this one is 130 and this one will be the also 130. So like that way you can able to write in a descriptive manner in your notebook. So like this way you can complete the answer of question number 7. In similar way, your practice set number 8.2 is over. So students, let's go ahead with the practice set number 8.3, where we are going to study about the parallelogram, trapezium and kite. In our previous video, we have studied about all these 3 kinds of the quadrilaters and their properties. But students, as I have told you earlier, that due to the COVID-19, few of the portion is deducted from the syllabus. So as a result of that, from the practice set number 8.3, this first question is included, but practice set which is given on the page number 50, among that, this last 3 questions, question number 4, 5 and 6 are cancelled from the syllabus. So here we are going to solve question number 1, 2 and 3 only. So let's start it. Now students, let's see the first question. The measures of the opposite angles of parallelogram are 3x minus 2 degree and another one is 50x minus x degree. Find the measures of other each angles. Let's see the rough diagram. Suppose this is the one of the parallelogram ABCD is here, and this angle A is 3x minus 2 degree and angle C is 50 minus x degree. So we have to find the measurement of angle D and angle B. Let's solve it. So students, let's see the answer. Suppose let this quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram and this two angles measurement is like we have to write like this way. As we know, the opposite sides of the parallelogram are equal measurement. If their measurement is equal, it means that measurement angle A is equal to measurement angle C, that we have to write. Then we have to put the values of AC into that. So it will be 3x minus 2 degree is equal to 50 minus x degree. Then students, remove this bracket and symbol of degree. If this x is going to minus here, while going to the opposite side, it will become plus. So 3x, this plus x. Now this minus 2 will be here. So while going to the opposite side, it will become plus 2. So this 50 plus 2 will be here. X will be here and this minus 2 will become plus 2 here. Now students, just do the simple one. 3 plus x is not having number, it means 1. So 3 plus 1, 4x, 50 plus 2 will be 52. If this 4 is multiplying to the x while going to the opposite side, it will be divide. So 52 minus 4, the answer will be 13. So x is equal to 13. Now this value of x we have to put into the measurement of angle. So students, measurement angle A or measurement angle C, among that we can take any one. Suppose we have taken the measurement of angle A, that is 3x minus 2. So put the value of x, that is 13 here. So 3 into 13 minus 2, this is the next step. Then answer will be 37. Now let's see how to find out the measurement of angle D or angle B. Among that we can find out any one and we will get the another one, because opposite angles of parallelogram are also having same measurement or they are congruent. So how we can do that? AB is parallel to the DC and AD is the transversal. If these two lines are parallel and this one is becoming the transversal, then what will happen? This measurement angle DAB and measurement of angle ADC both will be the interior angle, so their addition will become 180 degree, which we have studied in our previous video only. So let's do that. Side AB is parallel to the side DC and line AD, this one is the transversal. So according to that, measurement angle A and D, their addition will become 180 degree because they are the interior angles. Got it students? Now as we know the measurement of angle A is 37, we don't know D. So this 37 degree is adding here. So while going to the opposite side, it is going to be subtract. So 180 degree minus 37 degree. Therefore the measurement of angle D is equal to 143 degree. Now as we know that the opposite angles are having same measurement or they are congruent to each other, so due to that measurement angle B and D are having same measurement. Therefore measurement angle B is equal to measurement angle D is equal to 143. So like that way we will get the measurement of other angles. So here we have to give the reason, that is opposite angles of parallelogram are of equal measures. Like that way, what will our final answer? The measures of each angle of parallelogram are 37 degree, 143 degree, 37 degree and 143 degree. So students, this is the complete answer. If you want, you can take out the screenshot and write it systematically in your classwork notebook. Now students, let's go on the page number 50 where we are having the question number 2 of the practice set number 8.3. Here they have already given us the diagram of parallelogram and we have to answer the following questions. Let's do it one by one. Let's see the first sub question. If length of WZ, this one, is 4.5 centimeter, then what will be the XY? Let's see how to solve it. If WZ is 4.5, which is already given, then XY is equal to WZ because both are the opposite sides of the parallelogram which are congruent. So that we have to write like this way as a reason into the bracket. Therefore, the measurement or the length of XY is also 4.5 centimeter, which is very easier one. Now let's go towards the second question. YZ is 8.2. Then what is the XW? In the similar way, you have to give the same reason. If this one is 8.2, then this one will be also 8.2 because the opposite sides of parallelogram are congruent. Therefore, length of XW is equal to 8.2 centimeter. Now let's see the third question. If length of OX is 2.5 centimeter, then what is the length of OZ? Yes, as we know that the diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. If OX is 2.5, so OZ will be also 2.5. Let's see. So this is the answer of third point. That is, therefore OZ is also 2.5 centimeter. You can write like this way answer of the third question. Now fourth one. If WO is 3.3, then what is the YZ? WO is 3.3 centimeter. The length of WO is equal to just 1 upon 2 multiply with the length WY because diagonals of rhombus bisect each other. So as a result of that, this 3.3 is equal to 1 upon 2 into WY. This WY, this 2 is dividing here, while going to the opposite side it is going to multiply. So length of WY is equal to 3.3 into 2. Therefore, the length of WY is equal to 6.6 centimeter. So write it very properly in your notebook. Let's go towards the fifth question, where measurement of angle WAZY, it is 120 degree. Then what is the measurement of WXY and XWZ? This two's measurement we have to write. Let's see this fifth point. If WZY is 120, then WXY is also 120 because opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. Therefore, the measurement angle WXY is equal to 120 degree. Now, if WX and ZY, these two are the parallel lines and WZ is their transversal. So, as a result of that, these two angles, angle ZWX and angle WZY, are the interior angles. So among these two interior angle, we know the measurement of WZY. So that we are going to write here. This 120 is adding here, while going to the opposite side it will be subtract. So measurement angle XWZ is equal to 180 minus 120 degree. Then the measurement of angle XWZ is equal to 60 degree. Like that we will get the measurement of all these angles. Got it, students? So students, like this one, this is the answer of all these 5 questions. If you want, you can take out the screenshot and write it systematically with reasons in your classwork notebook. Let's see the third question, where we have to construct the parallelogram. This is a rough figure. Parallelogram ABCD. length of BC is 7 centimeter and a measurement angle ABC is 40 degree and AB is 3 centimeter. As we know the properties of parallelogram, the opposite sides of the parallelogram are congruent. So if this BC is 7, then AD is also 7 centimeter. If AB is 3 centimeter, then CD is also 3 centimeter. So on the basis of this information, we can able to construct the parallelogram. Now suppose here I have drawn this BC which is of 7 centimeter, and then with the help of protractor here I have drawn the measurement angle B which is of 40 degree. Now students, as we know that AB is 3 centimeter, so take the distance of 3 centimeter into the compass, put the metal point over the point B and make one arc over this line. So here we got the point A, which is AB is 3 centimeter. Now as we know that CD is also 3 centimeter, so keep the same distance and put the metal point over the point C and put one arc. But here we are not getting the exact D position, so take the distance of 7 centimeter. As BC is also same one, so I have taken from here only, and put the metal point over the point A and put one arc over the previous one. So here we got the point D. Join the point D to the C and D with A. Write down the measurements: 40 degree, 7 centimeter and 3 centimeter. So like that way you can able to construct the quadrilateral ABCD. If you want, you can take out the screenshot and write it in your classwork notebook. Like this way, our practice set number 8.3 is over.